Rick, it's great to see you.
Good morning, Keith 2.0. I can see you got the nameplate right behind you in monster letters.
Yeah, that was a gift from some colleagues that heard me share about Keith 1.0 and the journey to 2.0. And I'm much happier and more peaceful and a better contribution to other people as a result of being 2.0 and working on it every day.
Let me, before you go on with our topic, this is an important point that I need to make for the viewers, and that is that the transition that you made from 1.0 to 2.0, and I've seen the whole roll of it, it was painful and difficult and full of heartache, and it was not easy. And so when you're talking to people about the practice and your life experience, you, people need to understand that this isn't something, the practice that you just show up and you're given a gift and then everything is cool. You've got to really work at it like you did. I have to compliment you and acknowledge your hard work, your motivation, your commitment to changing, to being the better person that you are now. And like I say, people need to understand it's a road full of pain, but you have to have leverage on yourself to not like where you were suffering to get where you are now, non-suffering, even though it looks like you're giving in. You're not doing things that you used to do to defend yourself. And I love that about you. And I love the transition that's available to all of us once we make that realization.
Yeah, Rick, thank you so much. I really appreciate the acknowledgement. Yes, it was a lot of work. It wasn't easy. Uh, I can tell you it's been worth it though. Oh my goodness, just living the other way. I was just throwing life away, moment after moment. So thank you. The title of this show
Awesome.
is going to be "The Past and Future Are Illusions."
Hmm.
So I just want to listen to you, share your thoughts on that.
People are run by their past and they're always investing in the future. And the reality is that the only real life you have is in this moment. It's this moment, this moment, this moment, this moment. That's your life. If you're living in the past, you're living in a world that no longer exists. And I'd even complicate that further by saying you're living in a world that not only doesn't exist, but your memory of it is probably inaccurate. Because we have an ego stake in being right. We have an ego stake in not suffering. We have an ego stake in blaming other people for whatever our problems have been. And we also have an ego stake for wanting to change things in the past that are unchangeable. And so the point I'm trying to make is that if the past is an illusion, then isn't it foolish for you to be run by it? And that's an easy statement to make, and everyone would say, well, of course. But we still have trauma in our past. We still have breakups in our past. We still have things where we were frivolous or we were accusatory or we were acting out and we were terrible. And we want those things to go away. We want them to no longer cause us pain. Well, part of the way that that happens is by letting it go. And maybe psychotherapy, for example, which is designed to allow you to talk about it, to process it, to talk to someone else about it, so that you can let it go, is important. But we can also do that for ourselves anytime we want to when we realize we're being run by it. The thing that's troubling about the past is that it's a constant source of guilt, which is a useless emotion, constant source of guilt. Let's hop on the other side and talk about the future. The future is also an illusion, in my opinion, because it's not here. It's not promised to anyone. I could wake up tomorrow or not. I could have a wonderful day tomorrow or not. I could be debilitated by a disease I don't see coming or not. And so the problem with the future is that we are using our present moments, the only thing we have in our lives, to be anxious about something that isn't here. So anxiety is a derivative of the worry that you have about the terrible things that could happen in the future. And that is an illusion. So if you're in the past or you're in the future, you're living a fake life. I hate to say it, but that is the truth. And if you focus on the beauty of this moment and the capacity that we have as human beings to see whatever we would like to see in it, That imaginative idea of living fully and completely is not so far-fetched. It's right here for you. You can do it right now. You can walk outside and look at a yucca spear. You can look at a leaf on a tree. You can look at an animal. You can look at a dog. Those things are full of a universe of interesting things on their own if you just slow down and let that come to you. One last point on this, and then I'll shut up. There was a study done, I can't remember how long ago, I read about it in the paper, but it's an old study, and it involved a guy named Joshua Bell, who was a fantastic concert violinist, top of his game. He's really a terrific violinist. His tickets run maybe $200-300 a pop if you're at a big city where you'd see him in San Francisco or New York. Very high demand guy, really accomplished fellow. Anyway, the experiment was that Joshua agreed to go in the New York subway and play his violin. And he put out a little cup or a basket or whatever for the tips. And he played his heart out. He played Bach, he played Mozart, he played a number of very difficult pieces with his finger, the whole thing in the subway. And at rush hour, at the end of the 2 hour period that he was there, people were walking by, walking by, walking by. The total amount in his bucket, $17. Now, the point of that story in connection with the illusion of the future and the past is that if you believe that there's nothing going on in this moment, that's exactly what'll happen. That's exactly what you'll get. Those people who walked by were completely impervious to the present moment where Joshua Bell was giving them a personal free concert and they were happy to go by and not even notice it. I got to get, I'm late. I got two things to do this afternoon. All of the crap that we go through all the time, all the time, all the time. Okay, what you're doing is you're basically saying to the universe, to the life force that you have within you, I don't care about it. None of that's important to me. Well, that's a hell of an ingrate. That's a hell of an ingracious way to live your life. So I'll get off my soapbox. Present moment. That's all you got.
Rick, I absolutely love that. Yeah, the subway where they were rushing off to get to something else instead of being in that moment, or they were probably ruminating about something that already happened, and the key there is happened, and they were missing what was right in front of them, right? This beauty, this artistry that was, coming from Joshua Bell and that violin. Man, that's beautiful, Rick. That is so beautiful.
And the odd part is, they would pay $300 to have a
Yeah,
seat and listen to it. But they have to be in their heads. They have to be ready for it. It's
yeah.
not like that's not my life right now. Well, it could have been.
Exactly. And it goes to show how many moments that are occurring, how many present moments that are occurring that you're not conscious of, right? And when you are conscious of it, it's fleeting, right? It's so there's so few because you got to dedicate the time to do it, as opposed to dedicating yourself to seeing every moment that way. Because it is, whether you see it or not, that's the way it is. And no, Rick, this has been a great show. Thank you for sharing that with me as I move on into to this moment and the moment that is now. I will I'm going to have that with me.
Well,
I will have that with me with friends today.
Keith, that's wonderful. I think if we all dedicated ourselves just to trying it a little bit, and you could go to an airport, for example, and if you have extra time, instead of complaining about the plane being late or about being inconvenienced or that you're hungry, maybe because the airport is such an amazing place with all kinds of activity, you could watch people doing goodbye behavior. You could watch people doing I love you behavior. You could watch a little kid learning to see this big building and the wonder that he has in his eyes about what all of this is. My point is that you don't have to try to make anything monstrously important about the present moment, but you do have to be aware of it. And you have to be aware that this is the unit of my life. What am I going to do with it? and I want to see beauty. I want to see, experience love. I want to be curious and I want to understand things better. You can do that in every moment. But if you have that attitude, you have that attitude, you'll be surprised at how easy it is to let go of the past and not be anxious about the future.
I completely agree. Completely agree.
It's
Rick, thank
fun.
you.
Fun
Yeah,
too.
it is. It is. If you're there, if you're the conscious. Rick, thank you for a great show. I love you.
I love you, Keith. Thanks for having me, man. Adios. We'll see you next time.
Adios, Rick.